Hey, I'm Cameron. I thought today we could build a flow together. I recently built this for a client whose business operations highly valued referral partners. To define the flow, here's some key information. It's a record triggered flow on the opportunity record, but it updates a related record for a custom referral partners object. The purpose for the flow is as follows. When an opportunity record reflects being referred by a referral partner and is updated to stage closed 1, the related referral partner record should be updated to include +1 successful referral and the dollar amount of the one opportunity. Before we build, this flow requires some prerequisites in the instance. You need to have a custom object referral partners as well as some fields to track key information. You also need on the opportunity standard object to have a lookup field that looks to the referral partners. Now, if we look back at the purpose of the flow, we can actually break it down to find the different elements that we're going to need. The first sentence is the entry criteria. The referred by field cannot be blank, and the stage has to equal closed 1 in order for this flow to work. Because if there's no referral partner in the referred by field, then the flow serves no purpose. The whole point is to update that referral partner's record. The second sentence here, the related referral partner record should be updated. That tells us that we need to get a separate record from the one that triggered the flow. We're going to make sure that we grab the right one by ensuring that the record IDs match. The last sentence tells us what we're going to update. So it says to include +1 successful referral and the dollar amount of the one opportunity. So what are we going to do with that related record that we grabbed? Well, first of all, we're going to make sure that they match again with matching record IDs. We're going to add 1 to the successful referrals field, and we're going to add the opportunity amount to the successful referrals dollar amount field. At the end, it'll look something like this. And now let's get started building. Okay, we'll hit new flow here. First thing we're going to do is label it as a record triggered flow. And now we're going to configure the start of the flow. The object that's going to trigger it is actually the opportunity record. It's when that opportunity is 1. So it's going to be triggered when it's updated to meet certain conditions. We're going to say all because we have multiple. So we want this opportunity to only trigger this flow if 2 things happen. If the opportunity is at the stage 1 and if that opportunity was referred by a partner. So we are going to set those as entry conditions here. So stage name has to equal 1, closed 1, excuse me. We're going to add a second one. And for that one, we're actually going to do something a little different. We're going to have the referred by field not be null. So is null, and then with the double negative here, we're going to have that equal false. So now this flow will only run if both of these criteria are met, the opportunity's stage name is closed 1, and if the referred by field is not null. So we're going to have it be every time a record is updated, and we're actually going to work on related records, so that's what we're going to optimize it for. Now the first step was the entry criteria for when the flow should start. The next step, we're actually going to collect that related record that we're going to be working with. That way we can have access to all those values. So we're going to go ahead and add a step here in the flow, and we're going to do get records. We're going to do get related referral partner record. And this object that we're grabbing from is the referral partner. It's a custom object. And the only referral partner object that we want to grab is the one that's associated with the opportunity above. So how do we do that? We're going to set condition requirements so that the only referral partner record we get is the exact one we want. And we're going to do that with record IDs. So the record ID needs to equal, and here is a little bit more complicated. We're going to go back to the opportunity record that started it all. We're going to go to the referred by field and then go to that record ID. That way, the ID that we grab is the ID of the record that is also associated with the opportunity above. And then we're going to hit done. So the record has been retrieved, and now the final step is to update that record. And now that we have access to all those values, it should be cake. So what is the next step here? We're actually going to update the records. Update related referral partner record. And for that, we're going to do specify conditions to identify records, just again, so we can match up those IDs. It's going to be referral partner. And we're going to do the same thing. The ID that we're matching here equals the ID from the referral partner above. Here it's its own variable because we already collected it earlier in the flow, so it makes it really convenient to just grab right there, ID. So now those IDs are matched so that we're working with the exact record we want. And now we're going to set these new field values. So what are those fields that we're updating? We're updating the successful referrals field, which is a count of the number of referrals that they've given us that have led to closed won stages. And then we're also going to do the successful referrals dollar amount, and that is the dollar amount of all of the opportunities that they've referred to us that we ended up winning. So the first field, like I said, is going to be successful referrals. Now the value for this, because each time this flow runs, it's going to add 1 to the field, the value actually is a formula, and that's going to be a resource that we have to make. So we're going to hit new resource here. For the type, it's going to be a formula. API name, referral partner plus 1. Data type, this is a number. And here's where the magic happens. We're not going to have any decimal points, by the way. It's all whole numbers. So what we need to do is take the value that was in that field prior to this flow and add 1 to it. So that's going to be a resource that we grab. We're going to go to the referral partner record. It's still a variable up here, conveniently enough. And we're going to go to the number successful referrals. And we're going to insert a function, or excuse me, an operator, add, and then the number 1. It's as simple as that. It takes the prior value, that's what the exclamation point means here at the beginning. It takes the prior value of successful referrals prior to this flow being run, and it takes that number and adds 1 to it. We'll go ahead and check the syntax. Everything's looking good, and we'll hit done. And for the second field, it's basically the same thing here. For this field, it's the successful referral dollar amount. And the value for that is also going to be a formula, but it's going to be a different formula. So we'll have to create a new resource here. There's a formula, API name, we're going to do referral partner dollar amount. Data type, this is also going to be a number. We'll do 2 decimal points since it is currency we're talking about. And this formula is going to look like so. It is actually going to be the prior value of that field, first and foremost, because we have to add to that. So we're going to go to, once again, the referral partner variable here. And then we're going to go down to the successful referral amount. Again, the exclamation point means it's the value prior to this flow, so that works out. Again, we're going to select an operator of add, and then what we're adding is the dollar amount of the opportunity that triggered this whole flow. So for that, we're going to go to insert a resource. We're going to go to here, the opportunity record, and we're going to do amount. We're going to check syntax, it's good. So it's taking whatever the value was of this field for the referral partner prior to this flow, and it adds the dollar amount of the opportunity that was just won. We'll hit done, and then there we have it. We'll hit done, and that completes the flow. Uh, we told the flow to start when an opportunity is closed won and when it has a referral partner attached to it. We then looked up the record of that referral partner to have all those values easily grabbable during our formula building. And then last but not least, we updated that referral partner with those formulas. So we'll go ahead and hit save. We'll label the flow referral partner flow. We'll hit save. Again, we're going to hit activate as well to make sure that this is up and running in our org. So now that our flow is constructed and activated, let's just go back into our Salesforce instance here and just give it a shot. Make sure everything is working as we would like it to. And I think for that, the cleanest and best way to show the power of the flow would be with a brand new referral partner. That way everything starts out as zeros and we can really see what happens when we get a new opportunity won. So we'll call this referral partner flow test. Default values are 0 successful referrals and $0 for the dollar amount. We'll hit save. And now we can see here flow test, 0 referrals, $0 amount, perfect. Let's go to an opportunity here and just give flow test credit for it. Here we have $675,000. Sounds great. We're just going to go ahead and modify this opportunity record to be referred by flow test. Perfect. And we'll go ahead and bypass the proposal stage and just say that we've won it. So we're going to label this stage as being closed won. We're going to celebrate with some light confetti, and then we're going to go to referral partners here. And as you can see, flow test now has 1 successful referral, and the successful referral's dollar amount is $675,000. Go to flow test here, and we can see all that information as well as the page layout here I've modified to show the related opportunities. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Please, if we're not already connected on LinkedIn, there's my info. Let's get connected.